How Rasmus Hojlund will fit into Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United. Today we're going to be looking at the starting 11, formation, tactics, player profile, and why Man United getting a number 9 puts them close to Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal for the Premier League title. Finally, we've got a number 9 under Erik Ten Hag, a serious goal scorer. Well, saying that, 12 goals in Serie A last season, which of course was more than Anthony Martial, Cristiano Ronaldo and Valverde scored combined. But the big thing that we got to talk about Hojlund is the potential. His potential to be one of the best strikers on the planet. He has the strength, the speed, the ability with both feet that's quite similar to Erling Haaland. There's a lot of reference points where you look at the two strikers and you think they're very, very similar. One of the most striking things from watching Hojlund play for Atalanta is his ability to get up to speed from deep. One of the most frightening things I think about Erling Haaland is his ability to really accelerate. When the ball's been worked into the wide area, then it's crossed into the box. Haaland is always there. He's always there ahead of defenders. And I've seen Hojlund do this for Atalanta, burst through the centre of the pitch, be in the right position and simply put the ball in the back of the net. This again would be something United could do, working the ball wide to either Rashford or Antony to create and then get those balls into the box. But let's take a look at Hojlund as a player, his key stats. The big thing we mentioned there, one of his biggest strengths is his speed. He has Haaland-esque speed. He is very, very, very quick. When you combine that with his size, he's really difficult to stop when he gets up to that area. He can outpace a lot of defenders. He likes to knock the ball past the opponent when he's received it into feet, turning and then breaking, running it ahead of them and then simply firing across the goalkeeper. We've seen that over and over again. He's really good at running the channels. He is kind of that advanced forward type player that will spin into the channels, that will stretch the opposition with movement in behind. And I think that potentially with Bruno Fernandes playing a little bit deeper, this is what I think is going to happen. Mason Mount will operate as a number 10 on the right-hand side of the pitch, where he dominates, and I think Bruno will drop deeper. Bruno's progressive stats from central midfield last season was in the top % of players in the Premier League, 10 progressive passes per game. His ability to do that and to spot runners will only get the best out of someone like Hojlund. In converse to that, if the ball springed over the top, having someone with the pace of Hojlund, but also Marcus Rashford to make the inverted run inside is going to be very, very dangerous. Difficult to catch him when he gets up to speed. Combining that with the direct play of Bruno Fernandes from deep, or alternatively, someone like an Antony chopping inside onto his left foot and then looking over the top, or even Mason Mount dropping into the 10 area, getting turned, then playing a ball through to either Hojlund or Marcus Rashford. It's going to mean United are very, very dangerous on the transition. Not only that, his speed gives him the ability to really close down the opposition. He's quick at closing down the opposition's goalkeeper. There's 2 goals over the last 2 seasons I've seen him where he's pressed the goalkeeper, won the ball back, put it into the back of the net. How many times have United not scored goals like that? They're the types of goals that start to tick on. United were rubbish at scoring goals last season. Even those ones, pressurising the goalkeeper, winning the ball back, that Hojlund can do with his speed and his dynamic agility really will help United out. Not only that, as he's done it to defenders as well. There was another instance of him closing down a centre-back, winning the ball back, same result. I think that ability and that speed is one of his biggest characteristics. But you combine that with how centre forwards are starting to evolve. We've had a lot of wide players evolving their goal scoring, not only being tricky wingers, but then having that ability to put the ball in the back of the net. Where do we start? Messi, Ronaldo, more recently Mohamed Salah in the Premier League, Saka, Martinelli. The interesting thing with Hojlund is he's gone the other way in a sense, as he's a big, tall centre forward, but he carries and moves like a winger. He has that ability on the dribble. He's a very skillful player that can open up the opponents not only in the centre part of the pitch, but also out wide. And that ability to not only generate goals for himself, but also create for his teammates is really, really big. And in a sense, it's almost like the skill set of the wide forward took away the reason of having a centre forward. But now we're seeing centre forwards come back, and now they've got the skills of wingers. It's just that general evolution, that ability to go. It's the balls into the feet. He's got the chops, the skills, driving into the final third, cutting inside and then finishing from both sides, from the left-hand side and from the right-hand side, but also the ability to go wide. And that element is something that I really, really like. There's a really, really good assist that he got against Roma, where he broke down the outside, operating as a classic right winger, cut the ball back, and Scalvini arrived on the edge of the box and fired it home. Think about the quality that United have got and how the shape and structure is going to develop next season. You're thinking Mason Mount's going to be a player that's going to operate in the inside right channel. Anthony will be forced inside if Hojlund provides that width in the final third. But Bruno arriving late at the edge of the box. Classic Bruno Fernandes goal, side foot bottom corner, easy as you like. And we could see that done with Hojlund, or alternatively Rashford arriving at the back post. There is options there. I've seen him not only operate well on the right-hand side, but again, being left-footed, he's really good on the left-hand side, operating as a natural winger. This time we'd probably see the forwards in the box being Bruno, Rashford and Mount. Operating as a natural winger, getting to the byline and cutting the ball across for one of the three forwards, or even Anthony at the back post, to provide that extra element. I like that he's got the quality. He's got a lot of duality about him, a lot of triple threat, wide areas, skills, hold-up play, dribbling and so forth. He's got the spin, he's got the chop inside, won a penalty against Salernitana this season from doing that. He likes to carry, which I really appreciate a centre-forward to do. In the counter-attacking situations that United should get a lot of, next season with the pace that they've got. Hojlund carrying on the counter-attack in a very obtuse and aggressive dribbling style causes teams problems because he's so fast, because he's so skillful. Teams back off and then he can get shots away. Talking about his finishing, he does like to work the ball to his left-hand side before shooting. He is really good on the left-hand side of the box, which is interesting considering he's left-footed, likes to finish from this side, again across the keeper, near post, likes a powerful finish, likes to really use that power and placement to put the ball in the back of the net. And again, I think there's going to be some development with his right foot. I think his right foot's decent, but could get better. But his skills and ability to finish, he scored an absolute cracker against Spezia this season, where he really opened up the defender with a lovely little bit of double movement, carrying into the penalty area to get Atalanta up the pitch. And it was a little bit of a shimmy. Again, coming off the bench to score, little bit of a shimmy, selling the defender and then firing the ball past the goalkeeper. It was a sensational goal and created a real double movement where he stopped the defender with a little bit of a jink, then dragged the ball with his left foot and then finished across the goalkeeper with his right. There's real quality there, and there is development for that to kind of evolve. Multiple movements inside the box as well off the ball to shake his marker to finish. There's the classic kind of goal-scoring element. We mentioned a lot of the positive side of things, the goal-scoring, whatever. Another thing that I do like about it is hold-up play, ability into feet, again, good touch. Comes with having good feet and good skills. Got a cracking assist for Lookman in a friendly against Eintracht Frankfurt before the restart after the World Cup, where he basically spotted Lookman running in behind from the left-hand side, hit him with a back heel and he finished through. Again, something that we've seen Rashford's goal scoring develop. Having someone like Hojlund and Rashford linking up is really, really exciting. Hojlund has that ability to flick, to trick, to back heel, to slide his teammate through, and that's something that we'll see at Manchester United. Good link player, really creative, and that's how it's going to work. So I think for Manchester United, again, where he's going to play, I think at the moment will be as a centre forward. I think United squad doesn't really have many centre forwards in, as we know. It's going to give him a season to really develop into that role. I think supported by the creativity of Anthony, of Bruno, and of Mason Mount. I think there's going to be some real good football, utilising the ball into his feet, him dropping the ball off, as we saw with Sebastian Haller, Dusan Tadic at Ajax for Erik Ten Hag, and then utilising the width and then getting himself into the penalty area by using that speed. Good target for low crosses, and I think with United's new structure in the final third, with receiving, progressing the play, should be improved with, of course, Andre Onana coming in as well. It's going to be big. Mason Mount loves an underlap, so that kind of idea, receiving wide, underlap comes in, Hojlund attacks the penalty spot, cut back. Could be a real good angle for Manchester United to score the goal. I think there's a great player in there. Harry Kane would have been a fantastic option to get a complete player right now, but it's almost as exciting to sign a 20-year-old centre-forward that's a Manchester United fan, that wants to play for the football club, that wants to excel, that again could play a number of different roles. You know, the big thing with Rashford, we've seen him be so devastating through the middle last season under Erik Ten Hag. Højlund could do a job out wide left, as we mentioned. You know, the skills to hit the byline, but also he's got that ability to create a little angle for himself with a chop and a shimmy to break into the box. So we could see fluidity in changing positions. You know, again, with Antony maybe operating as a left winger, Højlund as an inside forward on the right-hand side. You know, more natural width from Antony to hit the byline. We saw that a lot more under Ten Hag at Ajax with his wingers. You think David Neres as well operated a lot from the left-hand side before Antony came. Tadic has played that role as well, which would allow United to again load the box with, you know, with 4 players and Højlund operating on the back post. You know, that classic overload on the back post for a winger. And finally, I think one of the things we've got to talk about is Man United moving to a 4-4-2 diamond. Ten Hag experimented with the shape at Ajax to really good effect, and what that could allow United to do is get another, you know, controlling midfielder into the lineup in someone like a Christian Eriksen to provide the quality from deep. You know, Bruno operating in midfield, Eriksen operating in midfield as well. 3 on midfield, width from fullback, Mason Mount number 10 and Rashford and Højlund operating as a 2-man strike force. That gives United great variation in their play and ability. And what we see with Ten Hag's kind of diamond is we see Mount operating as a 10, the midfielder operating high as well, having this kind of like U-bend in an attacking structure, width coming from one of the fullbacks, the other fullback kind of tucking inside depending on which side the ball is. Again, the winger will provide, or the striker will provide a width independent of it, and it gives United another element. 4-4-2 diamond. I think we'll see it next season under Erik Ten Hag. And again, we've seen a 3 diamond 4 when United are chasing games, but I do think we'll see Rashford and Højlund playing together as a strike pair as much as we've seen, you know, the 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1 before. But I do think it's top quality. 21 goals in 2,730 minutes for Højlund last season. Really good record. Big potential. Rashford and Højlund as a counter-attacking pair is absolutely frightening. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited that Man United have finally got a ball-playing goalkeeper. They've finally got a number 9. And they've finally got another attacking midfielder. What a time to be alive. Erik Ten Hag's Reds are going to be on a rampage this season.